Islam Makhachev already knows how this story ends, but the real chaos is hidden in the moments nobody is prepared for, and what happens in those moments will flip UFC 322 upside down before anyone can blink.
If you look at his opponents versus Makhachev's opponents, Makhachev has beaten the who's who. He is where he is, and he was pound for pound for very long, pound for pound king for a very good reason. People think Jack Della is going to be bigger. I don't think so. I've now lately seen, and that's why they did such a long camp, to pick up that weight correctly. And he looks big, and he looks thick, and he looks strong. I mean, no doubt, he's a hard worker. But this one, I think, you know, with Jack Della, I love his style, I love him, I like his personality. I would love for him to win that belt, but unfortunately, I cannot go against Makhachev in this one. I think he is just so good. I think he's so good, and I don't think he's gonna give up anything going up a weight. I think he's gonna be great at that weight, to be honest.
Make history.
Absolutely.
Just days before the cage door closes, the entire MMA world is split down the middle, and every prediction is turning into a battlefield.
I would think Islam by decision, but if Jack does win, you know, I'm not going to be totally blown away if he lands a shot that hurts Islam or a knee or something. Obviously, if he beats Islam by decision or submits Islam, then I'm going to be blown away. But I got to go with Islam by decision. That's if I was betting on it, that's what I would bet on.
Dracus du Plessis throws the first grenade by admitting he wants Jack to pull off the upset, but even he can't bet against the man who's been crushing elite fighters like he's speedrunning the lightweight division.
Islam isn't a small guy. He is big. You know, I'm not sure how big Jack is. I've never seen him in person, but I don't think Islam's going to be undersized when they face off. You know, I don't think it's going to be about the size. To me, it's going to come down to the execution. If Islam can secure the takedowns, Jack's takedown defense, his get-ups, I think that's going to be the story of the fight. I don't think size is going to be the story of this fight.
Du Plessis warns that Jack has never stood across from someone with Islam's power, size, or the kind of suffocating championship preparation that makes normal fighters crumble before the first horn.
What does Islam mean to you?
Brother, not only in US, nobody have this kind of connections. And when people think about our connections, they don't understand one thing: we are not sparring partners. You know, a lot of people think we are sparring partners. We just met in gym, go home. You know, it's like happened in AKA, like when he was training. So many guys we know like 5, 6, 7 years, but we meet them only in gym. But our relationship is much different and completely different. We have brotherhood. We know each other 25 years. We was growing each other. We was going to school together. We have same coach, and we have so many history behind. And people don't understand. Like, I am happy with my guys, my brothers, when they win more than when I win. Like, same thing for me.
Before I show you the prediction that shocked the most fans, keep watching because the next breakdown exposes a flaw that no one else dared mention. Dustin Poirier steps in and fires off a cold dose of reality, saying Islam by decision is the most likely ending.
Do you have a feeling about how this one will go?
No, I think this is one of those where I'm kind of 50-50, but if someone can really neutralize and really exploit some of the weaknesses that JDM has shown in the past, I think it's someone like Islam. Islam is very talented with his striking. Islam's got great grappling. And JDM is just, he's growing each and every time, each and every day. So this one is really one of those fights that I consider a toss-up.
Poirier respects Jack's sniper-like timing, but he warns that a Jack submission would be one of the biggest shocks in recent UFC history. He doubles down by saying this fight won't be decided by size at all, but by whoever controls the takedown scrambles, and he's hinting at a weakness that could swing the whole fight.
A lot of people are saying that, you know, it's about if Islam can get JDM down, and if he can't get him down and the fight is on the feet and it's standing, it's in JDM's court, right? I just got to get your opinion.
I don't think so.
Do you think people are missing something here?
Yeah, I don't think so. You can't say that because Islam is very great at striking as well. Islam's very talented as well. You saw the setup with Volkanovski. goes to the body, kick, then takes it to the head and puts him away. So you can't say that. Islam loves to strike, and he's damn good at it. You saw him with the right hook or left hook. He put Charles Oliveira down, jumped onto the arm triangle, and finished him. So yeah, we can't say that. I think both guys are extremely talented. Obviously, Islam does have the advantage with the grappling, so we'll see how it plays out.
Then Khabib drops the emotional nuke of the night, explaining that his bond with Islam is deeper than most fighters will ever understand. He says they didn't just train together, they grew up together, went to school together, lived under the same coach, became brothers in everything except blood. Khabib wants Islam to win every belt possible, across every division, because to him, Islam's victory feels even bigger than his own.
So you could argue it's a striker versus a grappler, or more importantly, a wrestler versus a boxer. That's essentially, if you break it down to its bare minimum, that's kind of what we have here. Della Maddalena's got some of the cleanest, purest boxing in the UFC. We've seen that throughout his entire UFC run, most notably against Belal Muhammad. He was able to use the footwork, the combinations were fantastic, and then you add in the takedown defense, it was a really tough night for Belal Muhammad. On the flip side, we've got Islam Makhachev. Yes, of course, the striking is always improving because he's just that guy. We're always working, we're always improving. Whatever our weaknesses are, we're trying to bring them up to our other skill level. So the striking is improving, and he certainly had moments when he went out against Dustin Poirier, one of the best strikers that we had in the lightweight division. But at his core, at his heart, he wants nothing more than to get hold of you, take you down, and choke you out. So it is kind of a striker versus a grappler, a boxer versus a wrestler. All in all, though, it is a tremendous matchup.
Stay right here, because the next fighter says Islam's striking is now scarier than his wrestling, and the footage he references proves it. Kamaru Usman steps in and tears down the myth that Islam is only dangerous on the ground.
Jack Della versus Islam is obviously an interesting one. It's annoying for me because it holds up the division that I'm in, but it's still an exciting fight. I actually feel like Jack Della is very underrated, even though he's a champion now, and the people that he fought to kind of get here. He's very underrated, underestimated always. He's a person that is hard to keep on the floor because he's the scramble king. Even if Islam is able to take him down, I don't think he's going to stay down at all. The only way I think Jack can get caught is if he tries to get up incorrectly and gets caught in one of his famous chokes that he has. But other than that, I feel Jack's the better striker as well, and he's just better at nullifying people with submissions or takedowns.
He points directly to the Volkanovski fight and the brutal right hand on Oliveira as undeniable proof that Islam's stand-up is now a weapon that can shut out entire game plans. Usman believes this fight is razor close, but he warns that Jack has already shown holes Islam can exploit if he brings the pressure early.
And then obviously, main event of your card, Islam, JDM for your division's title. Who takes it?
I was leaning Islam at first, but I do think JDM's going to get it done. I think he creates enough scrambles. He's going to get taken down, but I think he's going to be able to get back to his feet and potentially knock out Islam. It's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to watching.
Since you think JDM wins, do you think if you beat Michael, you are next for JDM in the title?
When I do beat Michael, if I get the title shot next, I'm cool with it. If I have to fight again, I'm cool with that too. After beating Leon Edwards in the O2 Arena, I didn't get a title shot, so I'm not sure what's going to get it for me, but I'm just going to keep winning fights, and eventually they're going to have to give it to me. Thank you guys for the support. Sean Brady MMA, let's go.
Michael Bisping calls it a classic striker versus grappler war, but he says this one is different because both sides can flip the script on a dime. He praises Jack's smooth boxing and sharp takedown defense, then reminds everyone that Islam's evolved striking is still backed by the most dangerous ground game in the division. To Bisping, this is a battle of precision blades versus a wrecking ball, and only one style survives.
I've seen Islam, bro. He's a big guy. He's sucking out a lot of weight to get to 55. I think he might start doing better at 70. Problem is, though, Jack is special. I've said this already. Jack is special. We're gonna see just how special he is if he beats Islam Jack, #1 pound for. Wow, that's impressive. I don't know. It's a good fight, man. I think I'm leaning towards Islam, brother.
Oh, really?
But I really think it's gonna be a tough fight for him, but a great fight, man.
and you need to keep watching, because the next fighter claims Islam might be walking into the toughest fight of his career. Corey Sandhagen raises eyebrows by saying Jack's wrestling resistance could turn this into a nightmare for Islam. He gives Islam full respect, but warns that the jump in weight class brings a whole new world of danger, especially when facing someone who refuses to stay grounded.
Pretty confident stylistically with that Jack Della fight to they kind of gone out of their way to chase that fight down. So they obviously see something. I feel like it'll be close, but yeah, that's a big step up. Jack Della's a pretty big boy.
Yes. Do you think Islam can get past him?
He's obviously got like I feel like he's got a chance, but I feel like that fight leans towards Jack Della.
Sandhagen says it straight, this might be Islam's hardest night in the octagon. Michael Venom Page joins the firestorm and calls Jack one of the most overlooked fighters in the division. He believes Islam can land takedowns, but Jack's constant movement makes him nearly impossible to pin to the mat.
It's so hard because you never know when people are changing weight classes. But in lightweight, you know, Islam looks like unbeatable. It's just like maybe the pound for pound best. It's just so insanely good. But can he do it in a weight class above? I'm not sure. Really hard to predict a fight like that. I think I still have to say Islam.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, we need to see a few more fights with Jack. He looked amazing against Bilal, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's something about Islam is just so good.
MVP predicts the real danger might come when Jack stands up, because that's exactly when Islam finds his tightest submissions. Sean Brady flips the narrative completely and switches his pick from Islam to Jack by knockout. He expects Jack to get taken down, scramble up and catch Islam during the chaos with a shot that changes everything.
I want to say Islam, and the reason why I say Islam is because I feel like Bilal, he went out there when he fought Jack, and he went out there trying to prove the fans that he can strike, which I think that kind of hurt him. I feel like if Bilal went out there and did what he did to what's his name, Leon Edwards, I think he probably would have had a better chance of getting the win, but it seemed like he just wanted to show people that he had with Canelo hands, which sometimes you don't need to prove anybody anything. You're the champion. You don't have to prove anything to somebody who's trying to take your spot. You just got to go out there and fight your game. If they stop it, then we move on to something different. But I think Islam is that type of guy where he's not going to be scared to take you down or shoot repetitively, almost in that Khabib-esque type of feel. But I guess we'll see. You know what they say, styles make fights.
Brady says if he beats MVP next, he's ready for a title shot, or one more kill before grabbing the crown. Watch this next take very carefully, because it comes from a man who built a career on breaking down champions. Jorge Masvidal stirs the pot by saying Jack becomes the pound-for-pound #1 on the planet if he beats Islam.
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of JDM. I haven't seen enough of his fights. I've seen his last two, but I haven't seen enough. I'm still going to lean towards Islam just because I've seen him handle all issues, and he's had high levels of success in the past.
He argues that Islam cutting massive weight at 155 proves he could be even more dangerous at 170, and still thinks Jack can shock him. Masvidal's prediction sends the division into full meltdown. Dan Hooker takes a surprising stance, saying both sides wanted this fight badly, but the style matchup slightly tilts toward Jack. He thinks Jack's size and presence inside the cage could smother Islam's rhythm, even though Islam still has the tools to win. Hooker says this is not a mismatch, it's a trap.
Like, do you have a good feeling on who you think might win this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is my unbiased opinion. I'm not just saying this because I'm in Australia, but I feel like JDM has a really good chance going into this fight. I mean, he's definitely proven himself being able to shut down the wrestling in his fight against Bilal Muhammad here most recently. And I think he's gonna go out there and really shock a lot of people. I mean, I think a lot of people aren't giving him credit. You're accustomed to seeing guys like Islam win, and you're accustomed to associating his success with Khabib's success. But at the end of the day, those guys are two completely different fighters, and I think JDM definitely has the tools to go out there and shock a lot of people and beat Islam.
Randy Brown warns the world that if Islam can't keep Jack pinned to the canvas, Jack will break him with pressure, movement, and body shots. He predicts that Jack's scrambling and endurance could force Islam into mistakes he normally never makes. Brown says flat out, if Jack stands up too many times, he stops him.
That's an interesting one because I like Jack's boxing, dude, and the way he look against Bilal in that takedown defense, and he's a big dude. I just want to see how Islam's gonna do against him. But Islam is like, Dagestani and wrestling, man, is going to be different. So I can't really choose that one, but I think it's gonna be a good one.
Jack Hermanson admits the prediction is brutal because Islam might be the best pound-for-pound fighter alive, but he still wants to see how he handles the extra size at 170. He respects Jack's performance against Bilal, but leans Islam until he sees more proof. Elijah Smith believes Jack's past opponents got caught trying to entertain instead of sticking to strategy. He says Islam won't make that mistake. He'll take Jack down over and over if he has to, just like Khabib did to his opponents. Still, he warns that styles make fights, and this one could flip without warning. Mackenzie Dern sides confidently with Islam, believing his grappling and top control erase Jack's size advantage. She says Islam's skill set gives him the edge no matter the weight class. Curtis Blades picks Islam simply because he's proven himself against killers again and again, while he's still unsure about Jack's ceiling. Neil Magny calls Jack a real threat, especially after what he showed against Bilal, and says Islam cannot be judged by Khabib's standards because they fight completely differently. Magny believes Jack has the right tools to pull off the upset nobody sees coming. Eric Nixick, one of the sharpest minds in MMA, praises Jack's slick boxing and size, saying Islam's wrestling makes this matchup uniquely unpredictable. He won't pick a winner, but he guarantees an absolute war, and that's today's full breakdown of the most unpredictable main event of the year. Drop your predictions in the comments right now because this fight is splitting the MMA world in half. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown.